Hello, I am Paula Bennett and welcome to my New Zealand Herald podcast, Ask Me Anything. One thing I've learnt in life is it's never too late to learn something new. So on this podcast, I talk to people from all walks of life to hear about how they got to where they are and get some advice and guidance on some of life's biggest questions. I am very excited today to be joined by popular TV personality and acclaimed chef Manu Feildel. We all know Manu as one of the hosts of My Kitchen Rules. I'm a big fan. But Manu and, of course, Colin Fassnidge have embarked on a new adventure. The pair took an off-the-beaten-track culinary road trip around our beautiful country, travelling in a caravan called Betty. And I'll tell you what, this is a very different side to the boys. Off the Grid with Colin and Manu is coming to TVNZ, and Manu joins me now. Hello, Manu.
Kia ora.
Kia ora. Okay, easing us in with some quick-fire questions. What is top of your bucket list?
The top of my bucket list, retirement.
Really? You would be bored so quickly.
Yeah. No, I want to travel the world. Definitely, no, I've got a plan. Retirement would be traveling around the world.
And where, is there a special spot that you haven't been that you want to?
South America, I think there's so much to be doing there. Most of Asia, I've done some, but I like to do a bit more. Eastern Europe. And I definitely want to retire on Waiheke Island.
Oh, yeah. Well, am I being naughty? But would I say you'd be more likely to travel with your wife than Colin to all those places?
Oh, mate, give my wife any day. Colin's, I'm just done with it.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
I used to be a night owl, and my life has changed. I used to go home at 6 a.m. Now I'm waking up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm swimming in the ocean most morning.
Do you know what Manu means in Māori?
A bird.
Yeah. Or a kite.
A kite, yes.
A bird's a bit more exotic, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Makes you sound a bit more interesting. Okay, we're going to get to the new show, Off the Grid, a bit later. But this first segment is where we like to get to know you a bit better. So
Sure.
You're a family of chefs, right? So have you always been interested in food?
No, well, yes, in food, but I never thought I would become a chef at all. My grandfather on my mom's side was a chef, and my dad was a chef. And on my mother's side, it just went up to 6 generations before, or 5 generations before me. So food was always in the family. I've got cousins who are chefs, and wine and cheese and all of this was always part of, a family gathering. But chefing only came when I got kicked out of school, when my mom went, I don't know what to do with you. My parents were divorced and they sent me back. She sent me to my dad, and I started my apprenticeship with him, and I fell in love with working, fell in love with cooking, I fell in love with food, and yeah, so I've been doing this all my life.
Yeah, and what a career you've made of it. Well, we're going to talk. Now, you explored your ancestry very publicly last year in the TV show Who Do You Think You Are? So what made you go on the show and what made you look at that?
I think curiosity. I think I knew some of my mother's family's past, but I knew nothing about my dad's. So I never spent much time with my dad, which means I didn't spend much time with his parents, which they obviously never talked too much about their past with my dad. So I really didn't know anything. And I just know it's just curiosity, knowing where you come from, and, the spelling of your name. Is it really French? And all of that, the DNA and, I don't know. I was just really curious.
And you did reunite with your father. Are you two closer now?
Yeah, we do speak on the phone more often than we ever have, which is brilliant, yes.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Now, you moved to Australia in 1999.
Yes.
What made you do that move? Because it's a biggie.
It is a biggie, but I left home when I was 18, and I went to London, which was around the corner. It's an hour flight, and I worked there for about 8 years, and through these 8 years in London, I worked with a lot of Aussies, and they just painted a beautiful picture of what Australia was. And I decided one day just to pack up my bags and jump on a flight. And I arrived here in Australia, and I was going to be here for about a year, maybe 2. And I've been here 26.
Wow. Hey, so I'm a big MKR fan. I've watched all of them. Every single one. There's a couple of things I wanted to ask. One is it always the most arrogant and awful person that ends up being the worst cock?
Yeah, it feels like this. I think it's like, like those boxers when they get in the ring and they're screaming at the challenger and they're going to smash their face or whatever. They're always the losers.
Yeah.
Just stop talking and just act,
But they make great TV.
Well, that's part of the TV world. You've got to have a little bit of everything. You're gonna have the cranky, the nice, the funny, the person who's gonna cry, and so it's a mixture of emotions that we need around that table to make a show.
Hey, so if I was on the show, what would your advice be on what you should never cook?
Risotto.
I thought that. I was seriously driving to work this morning and I was thinking, would it be French? And then I was like, because you're French and I'd be bound to botch that up. And then I thought, every show you've seen someone botch up risotto.
And it's a difficult one because a risotto is something you need to serve straight away. And unfortunately, with production, you might lose 10, 15 minutes between the time the risotto is ready and the time we get it on the table. So for us to get the perfect risotto is often impossible.
Yeah.
And they've tried and they've always failed. So I'm just saying, listen, people, stop cooking risotto for us.
Because you think it's going to be easy. Well, mind you, you wouldn't have probably, but we've all made a bad one.
The risotto only takes 20 minutes to cook. So it's something you can do at the last minute. So the pressure's off. But it's the serving time that becomes difficult.
Yeah. And the partnership with Colin, I mean, you two are hilarious together.
Yeah, we are. And listen, we're very lucky to be able to work with someone that we respect,
Yeah.
But it's the same in the kitchen. We work as a team in a kitchen. So being a chef is something that we've learned earlier on, and working with your partner or working with your colleague, you have to understand each other, and you've got to make it easy for each other so it works. And now it's natural, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, you two can read each other almost with the way that you eat. The slightest glance of an eye, you just know.
And even one is in a bad mood and the other one picks up the game, and vice versa, we can, before the camera goes on, I can say to him, listen, mate, I'm having a really shit day today. Can you just lift me up a bit? And he goes, yeah, no worries, mate. You know what I mean? It's simple as that.
Yeah, which is really nice. I do notice, though, that you get hit on a lot. The girls all seem to like you on the show, but you're very well behaved.
Well, I take it as a compliment, but I suppose I think it's the bloody French accent, it's nothing else. I'm a normal guy. But I'm also happily married, so, it's I wouldn't go further than that.
Well, I was going to say I shouldn't just say the girls, because I think the gay boys do too.
Oh, yeah, and I take that as a bigger compliment, actually.
Yeah. But it was just funny. I was talking to one of the producers here, and they were just saying that their mum met you in a lift, like as you in an elevator as you only can in New Zealand, right? And then I think they stalked you and went to Vegas and watched one of your cooking. You were doing a cooking show there, and they just said that you were the nicest man in the world. Like having those brief encounters and that time that you literally took the time for them. So I think we're very grateful. Okay, before we move on, hospitality is struggling here. Yeah. Everywhere. Do you think some of it is because with COVID we had to cook and then we kind of got into that habit more of staying at home? No? Why do you think it's struggling?
I think COVID is the reason of many, many things. And I think COVID is the reason of why the industry has suffered. We had to close every single bloody restaurant worldwide for a very long time. Coming back and reopening restaurants has cost all of us, excuse my French, a shitload of money. And everything's gone up. The food's gone up. The staff's gone up. The rent's gone up. The margins are tiny. We cannot charge the customer as much as we would like to charge to make a coin out of it, and we're struggling for that reason. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then we're all struggling a bit, right? You know, that we just don't have the same disposable cash, and so you're going now
other businesses found solutions of doing ready meals on supermarket chains, and you can order from online and so on, and it makes it easy. And yes, people have learned to cook a bit more perhaps at home, but frankly, it's just people have become lazy as well, I believe, and it just, I don't know, it's just, it's struggling. The economy is struggling. The people are struggling. Everything's expensive, and people don't want to cut corners.
Yeah, and I mean, I've noticed here in Auckland that it's been a really nice, busy couple of months, and you can see it. But boy, we're discerning with our cash. Like we expect a level of service. We actually would pay a bit more for quality, but we'll go out once a week instead of 2 or 3 times.
That's right. And I mean, as I say, the hospital people think that you've got a full restaurant, and because you've got a full restaurant, you must be loaded. You must be so rich. But it doesn't work like this, because there's so much outgoings that cost the restaurateur so much money, and the margin is so small. It's like chasing his tail all the time. But
then, you saying all of that, you've gone back in, and last year you opened the Bistro Red Lion.
I've got no attachment, financial attachment. So that's the reason why I did it. So the Red Lion Hotel is part of a group, the Laundry Group, and they've got 42 hotels in New South Wales. They decided to do a refurbishment last year and spend a little bit of money. And they've got a space upstairs that was empty for a very long time. And the exchange is a collaboration. I just put my name to the restaurant. I design the menu. I create the recipes. I train a team. And in exchange, the restaurant's busy and I don't have to put money in. So, it's more like a playground for me where I can sleep at night because I don't have to pay bills. And the pub group is making more money than they used to be, so they can pay the bills and so on. So it wasn't, I said I would never go back in the industry, but the offer was too good to refuse.
Good on you. Okay, because this is an advice podcast, if someone out there was thinking about going into hospitality, or some of those that are struggling, what is the key to success, and what would your advice be?
Well, do not go and borrow money from the bank and start from scratch. I don't know, for me, if you don't have a backer, someone that has been in the industry for a long time, like the people I'm working with now, it's not something I would recommend, to be honest with you. And it's such a fragile moment to go back in the industry and to start something from scratch, something fresh. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm sorry to say. I'd love to give you a more colorful picture of the industry, but it's a tough gig.
Yeah.
And do not put your house on it. Please do not do that.
Don't worry. I used to be a politician. I used to be Deputy Prime Minister of New Zealand. And whenever people say to me, what's your advice on getting into politics? I say, I recommend you don't do it. So I kind of get that. I get the recommendation.
If you've got a backer, someone who's been in the industry for a long time, who's got multiple businesses, and you want to partner up with those people, do so, but do not go by yourself. Good advice.
Right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to chat off the grid. People, this is quite something that's coming up on TVNZ shortly, and I'm going to ask you for some advice about exploring off the beaten track in our beautiful country. Welcome back to Ask Me Anything, and my guest today is Manu, and we are going to learn more about his culinary road trip around New Zealand for his new show, Off the Grid with Colin and Manu. Right, we're naturally going to get some food advice from you. Here I am, I'm leaping. I slightly feel like you had the best cuisine in the world because do you eat just so much fresh seafood when you're in New Zealand?
I'm not shy of any type of food. I believe that if someone eats something somewhere in the world, it's edible, I'll eat it. And yeah, there's some strange things you come across that you think, oh, I wouldn't, like French eats snails, for goodness sake. Snails is not a great food unless you put butter and garlic in it.
Yeah, lots of
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's just the two of you. You're in a caravan called Betsy, right? I saw the first episode. How was towing the caravan?
Oh, it was a bit dangerous because the caravan is like a tin, it's very light, and I'm driving a powerful car, and New Zealand can be quite winding as well. So it was a little dangerous at some time.
Well, and you went up to the beautiful Coromandel. So as you say, some of those roads are quite windy and quite... But had you towed caravans before? No.
I've never done it. And Colin has, but I didn't trust his driving. So I said, there's no way I'm getting driven by him.
No, that's a very fair call, I think. Because you did manage to hit a letterbox, didn't you, in a bit of a ditch?
Well, we had to do a U-turn because we got the wrong road, and doing a U-turn with a caravan is not that simple unless you've done it many times before.
I wouldn't be giving it a go. That's got to be absolutely fair. Okay, so while we're on talking about the caravan, Betty, isn't it? Not Betsy, Betty. Did you really sleep in Betty? Because it's not the most luxurious caravan, is it?
You're not the first person that we're having a chat about the show, and that's one of the questions that keeps coming back. What do we need to know behind the scenes stuff and just enjoy watching the show? Like, if I was doing a magic trick right now, would you want to know how it's done?
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. So I will just take that as it is.
Thank you very much.
People can fill in their own gaps. Okay, so you've spent time here in New Zealand filming MKR.
Yes, 4 weeks on the road.
Wow. Okay. A very back road trip, wasn't it? So
What's that?
A very back road trip. So you've really gone off the beaten track a bit.
Yeah, and it's the best way to do it. If you're going to travel New Zealand, don't do it by plane because you see nothing of it. But if you drive it, my God, your eyes are going to explode of beauty.
Yeah, and it's so small. You can go literally from coast to coast in some places.
And it only takes 2 hours for the weather to change or the picture to change. From not even from the west coast to the south of the South Island. It's like changing your channel on TV.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Incredible. Okay, so talk to us about some of your favourite places that you visited in that time. I mean,
I think, we studied in the Coromandel. I mean, the Coromandel is absolutely gorgeous. There's so much to see in that little pocket. It's beautiful. I love the way of the weather changes as you travel down. There's the most windy town, the most rainy town, the most freezing town, all of that. I think the South Island and the North Island are so different. It's like day and night, to be honest with you. But also from the west coast to the bottom of the South Island is so different too. Yeah. So it's crazy that small little islands in the middle of nowhere have got so much to offer. But I think for me, going down Wanaka and all this place around there is just absolutely gorgeous.
Just amazing. So you did a lot of fishing. Do you do a bit of hunting? Are you foraging? Like you're really enjoying the best of what we are, aren't you?
That's the beauty of it. It's every part of New Zealand's got something to offer, because we always talk about New Zealand as the seafood place, but there's more than just seafood there, and that's quite amazing too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm my own bias because I come from we fish and hunt and all the rest of it. I always think once you've had venison, you just kind of can barely go back because you get used to that lean meat and no fat and, like it's quite different.
And there's something quite amazing about getting it yourself, the struggle of getting kingfish out of the water, but then spending the next couple of hours just portioning it and putting it on the grill and adding a sauce to it and all of this and putting a smile on people's face, when you put it on the table. Yeah, that's why we love doing it.
Yeah. And so you do get to see the best of our cuisine. And that first episode I saw, you're literally cooking on the beach with the fish that you've caught that day, right?
I mean, and that's unscripted. It is. We knew we were going to meet the people, but we didn't know if we were going to catch something, and that's always the danger in the TV world. But we did catch few fish, and then suddenly we're on the beach and we have to make a fire from scratch, which is not that hard, but it's not that easy either, And then suddenly we just ended up having a couple of ingredients in the car, and then we just did something. The beauty of cooking with nothing is amazing when you've got great products.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And then we're getting more and more into that sustainable fishing as well, and that using the whole fish. Using it all is just, I spent an hour the other night just literally with gloves on and picking smoked fish out of fish heads.
Exactly.
To make a pie, and it was just like, well, I'm not wasting it. This is how we roll in New Zealand.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So do you think that we overcomplicate things in the kitchen sometimes? Watching you with your fresh fish, your lemons, a bit of chili, and it just looked like the most delicious thing in the world. And I just sometimes wonder if we're all getting a bit overexcited and overcomplicating.
That's where my cooking is about today. Like I learned how to cook basic, classic French food when I was a young chef. Then I started running with the fine dining and all the little this and that and the oils and the jellies and this and that, getting the stars and the hats and the accolades and I'm back to cooking simply good food. And you're right, the less is on the plate, the better. Because it's all about the produce. If you get the best fish, the best meat, the best vegetables, what do you need to add to that?
Yeah.
Not much to make it special.
Well, maybe your sauces.
Yeah, of course, but that goes with that saying.
Talk us through some of them and how that, because you're always about the sauce, right? There's a lot of pressure on you I just mean from the public. We're all going, well, come on then. But the sauce can be anything that brings the elements on the plate together. Like if you've got a piece of venison and a vegetable, for me, it's like it's missing something to bind it together, And it could be a simple dressing if you wanted to do so, or herb oil, but it doesn't have to be an elaborated sauce as such, but just something that makes it gel together, I suppose. Yeah, I can understand that, and I'm looking forward to them, so that's all good. Okay, what's the best food you've had in New Zealand?
That's a hard question. Damn it, I don't know. It's just, I think the kingfish was quite amazing because when we caught the kingfish, it was at the end of winter, which means the fish were still quite fatty around the belly. Oh, yeah. And as we know, fat's been in the media, been told for many, many years that it's bad for you. And I've always been disagreeing on that. Fat is where the flavor is. And when you've got a beautiful piece of fish and it's got so much fat in the muscle that melts in the mouth, this is incredible. We didn't do anything to the fish. Olive oil, salt, pepper, a bit of powdered turmeric powder on the grill, and it was one of the best seafood I've ever had.
Oh, and that wing, that fatty bit, and that wing, it's just like, it's just absolutely.
Well, there used to be years and years of a career that used to go in a bin, or you must make stock with it, and that was it. But now the way that collar is one of the most amazing pieces of the fish ever.
Okay, so if someone's visiting New Zealand, what do you recommend that they have to try or eat? Oh, you ate kina. That's not everyone. Not everyone likes a sea urchin.
Yeah, but there's skinner at the fish market, and there's skinner when you just fish it yourself and you crack it open, and that sweet, salty little. It's absolutely delicious.
Okay.
Really, yeah.
I'm gonna have to give that another go. I've probably got a bad rap from when I was a kid.
Well, we when we were spearfishing, we had the chance to get some kinas from the bottom of the ocean, and you come up and you crack it. It's a different experience totally to have it from freshness straight away than having it standing on a piece of plastic in the fish market. I mean, it's very different.
What about the pies?
100% better pies than anywhere else I've been on traveling around the world. So, and I'm not having a go at Australia because I love Australia very much, but they've got a reputation for pies. They've got nothing on you guys. Like you go to the middle of nowhere with a small little village somewhere, and there's a pie shop in every corner, and the pies with the pastry that's made from scratch, buttery, and they've got all different type of meat, and it's full of pieces of meat with beautiful sauce, not just made with nothing. Absolutely delicious.
Yeah, okay, my shout-out's going to be power pies.
We haven't had one of those. So we're going to need to do that power pies.
Yeah, go to the Chatham Islands and they just do the most amazing garlicky power. Because we
have hangi pie and boiler pies and goat pies and it's just so power pies is one we have to go and have.
So you do try some traditional Māori food, don't you? You try the hangi?
Yeah. Well, we did, yeah.
It's different, eh? You know,
it's just such an old-fashioned way of doing things, and it still exists today for a reason. There's nothing modern about food. Everything's been done already.
Yeah.
It's all about reinventing. And the hangi, it's one thing that it's been shared in different cultures, I suppose, but the Maoris, they still do it today, which is incredible. I love the way that you have to work so hard at it. You've got to dig a really deep hole and put all your vegetable, your fish, your meat in different ways and cover it and steam it for hours and you open it and it's all done perfectly. It's just amazing.
But they seem to make a whole day of kind of standing around it. Well, my whānau do. They're good at it. They're really we can't do anything else today. Got the hangi. It's like, well, you
can't burn anything, so you can still drink.
So I'm like, you're just digging the hole and leaving it. No, it's not like that. We've got to hang around the hanging. It's our bloke's job. Everything else. Okay, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but we do. Episode 1, I saw more of you, Manu, than I was expecting to.
Yeah. We're very cheeky people, Colin and I. We needed to put some few bets on the way. Who's going to catch the first fish or the biggest fish or so on. And unfortunately, I lost the first bet, but I'm winning the next one.
Okay, I like that. So we're going to see more road trip adventures with you and Colin?
There's definitely be a second series that's been agreed on. So we're going to come back to New Zealand one more time.
Oh, we love that.
Yeah.
We love that.
And hopefully we can go further and discover a bit more of the world. And I loved that. I didn't spend much time in Ireland, so I love my friend Colin to take me there and show me around. Yeah,
that would be very cool as well.
And I'll take him to France and do the same.
Okay, to end the podcast today, I would love to know what was the best advice you think you've ever been given and who was it by?
I can't remember who it was by, but I think it was a collection of people. But just follow your dreams and make your dream a reality because whatever you put your head to, it's possible.
No, I love that.
Doesn't matter where you come from.
Yeah. Wow, Manu, thanks for joining me today. It has been really, really great to chat. You can all catch Manu and his co-host Colin Fassnidge in their new show Off the Grid with Colin and Manu on TVNZ Live or TVNZ Plus. And that's it for another episode of Ask Me Anything. If you've enjoyed this episode, please follow Ask Me Anything on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you check out some of our past fabulous guests while you're there. I'll be back next Sunday with another fabulous guest. I'm Paula Bennett. Ask Me Anything. Goodbye.